Hi, everybody. All right, I am back. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks, had some things going on, but I am happy to be back with more of RX Info on the go. I'm going to take a couple of minutes to just like, tag, and share, just like I would ask you to do. So if you'll do me a favor, like I'm asking you now, if you'll do me a favor and like, tag, and share, I would appreciate it. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take the time to do it myself. So I hope everyone's having a great day. Let's see. Here we go. Uh, okay. Just give people a few minutes to hop on. I know I'm a little late, but we got some information to get up there. And let's see. Let's see. It's 12:09. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. I am going to go ahead and get started because I know I'm already running a little bit late. This one won't take that long. Today we're talking about Echinacea and Elderberry. It is cough and cold season, y'all. We are in October, which officially means that people are getting their flu shots. Cough and cold season is up and going. We have people that are, coming down with flu, coming down with different, viruses, upper respiratory tract infections as well as viruses. So we want to get you the information, or I want to get you the information that you need in reference to the echinacea and elderberry. We hear about these a lot. Mine, if you don't know me, and I probably skipped over that, but I've been doing this for a little bit. So my name is Dr. Raven Milton, PharmD. I'm a pharmacist. Just to let you know, if you haven't had a chance to watch any of my videos, they are on Facebook as well as YouTube. You can watch them at Dr. Raven PharmD on both the YouTube channel as well as my Facebook page, and catch up on some of the videos. I have some good information out there that you may need. So here we go. Let's get started. Echinacea. Now, echinacea is one of those. It's not a vitamin. It's an herbal supplement, and we call it a herbal because it is actually made from a plant. It is what you would consider a perennial, but they've been able to use it, the flower petals, that is, they've been able to use it and make medications out of it. Now, you know that everything that's in pharmacy actually kind of came from some type of flower, um, herbal type thing, plant, before all of the chemical things started about. So back in the day, the folklores, and the, our people who didn't have access to medications yet, and when pharmacy was just beginning, everything was made out of herbs and plants. So this is where echinacea and elderberry come in. Echinacea is a perennial, a plant, a flower, and it is something that we have seen used over the years for cough and cold season. Most people will use it in the common cold. Now the question is it actually effective? Well, because it's an herbal, both this goes for both elderberry and echinacea. Because they are herbals, they're not tested. They don't go through the same testing that, say, your prescription medications have to go through to get on the market. These are not regulated by the FDA. So they pretty much are made by companies who believe that they work and they put it out there. Um, it's a something you have to be kind of like really I'm not going to say you have to be trusting about. So when you are getting those products off the counter, you need to talk to your pharmacist and see if it's a good brand or not. And pretty much, I'm sure that the store would not carry something if they didn't think it was a good product. But there are all types of people selling things on Amazon, claiming that it's something that is actually not. We don't know where it's being made. We don't know, what's actually in the pills. So I would strongly suggest that when you are purchasing items like herbals, vitamins, even anything that claims to have any type of effect in your body, that you purchase those things on either um oh hold on, that you would purchase those on either a at a pharmacy, or purchase them at, like, say, a GNC, a vitamin store, somewhere that's known for vitamins, somewhere that's known for the products that they carry. So that would be my suggestion when it comes to getting those products. I have personally gone on, like, Amazon and looked for a product, and the manufacturer is somewhere that's nowhere to be found. They have no data on the manufacturer. It's just a random company. And you can't really trust those products because you need to know what you're putting into your body. People are making all types of things and calling it one thing when it's not another, just so they can make a dollar. My little rant is over. Let's get to it. So, echinacea is not suggested for children under the age of 12, just because there has been known allergic reactions in children under the age of 12. So, we want to make sure that we are keeping that particular one away from your kids, echinacea. Um, a lot of this information that I'm getting is from the National Natural Medicine Database. It's something that pharmacists have access to. So what I'm giving you is more so the technical things that we have looked up and research, or what little research that there is on this. Um, when it comes to herbals, there's not really much data that will say whether something will or will not work, but it's more so kind of word of mouth, unfortunately. So um, but we do know that echinacea is likely safe in most people over the age of 12. Now, as far as the amount that you're supposed to take on a daily basis, I would leave that amount to what is marketed on the bottle. There's not really an amount that says that you can overdose on it, but it is suggested that you limit your usage of echinacea only to like 3 to 5 days, um, for the duration of the cold that you're trying to treat. Now, what is it used for? It's typically used for the common cold. That's where it's thought to be possibly effective, is the common cold. There are studies out there who are, trying to put echinacea with anxiety, eczema, ADHD, burns. There's an entire list that I have here. Um, they are trying to study it in chronic fatigue syndrome, um, COVID, genital herpes, gingivitis, cold sores, HIV. I mean, this list is going on and on and on, but that's kind of typical of herbals. People try to take the most natural thing that they can take. So these studies are like trying to go out there. People are trying to see what you can use these natural things for. Side effects of echinacea is going to be itching, nausea, vomiting, upset stomach, headache, and dizziness. Now, these are all possible side effects, so that does not mean that you are absolutely going to have these side effects, but they are possibilities. So just keep that in mind. Um, Like I said, as far as dosing is concerned, in the adult, you want to go by what the bottle is suggesting. But um, data wise, as far as what we have, you can take up to 16 grams. That is 16 grams, which would be 1600 milligrams safely. And typically, most people will take it, like I said, for 3 to 5 days during the duration of their cold. And some people even take it longer. Now, it has not been shown to prevent common colds. It has been shown to help with the symptoms of the cold. That's one thing to keep in mind, that it does not, um, I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Elderberry is the one that is that helps with the duration. So echinacea has been shown to prevent the common cold, but does not have benefit with colds that have already developed. So you can take echinacea on a daily basis. Most people take it when they've been exposed to something. Me personally, I rely a little bit more on my cough and cold things. I do my vitamin C. I don't do elderberry or echinacea as much, but I do make sure that I get vitamin C in on a daily basis to help with cough and cold symptoms. So, um, but when I do have, have had symptoms of things, I have taken, actually both of those for like 3 to 5 days. I don't take it for extended period of times. Um, let's see. So interaction with drugs. This particular one, it has an interaction with um, caffeine, believe it or not. So if you're a caffeine drinker, this one is going to put more of that caffeine into your system. So, and I guess that's why they were studying it with fatigue. It helps it kind of puts more of that caffeine in your system by eliminating the elimination or blocking the elimination rather. So that one's just one thing. It's typically safe among the other medications that you are taking. There's not really any major drug interactions, but caffeine is just that one thing that you have to look out for, that it can actually make your body feel like you have more caffeine in it because it's not getting it out. Um, and then that's pretty much it on echinacea. I mean, there's really not much data out there. Like I said, there's a bunch of things where they're trying to test and see what echinacea can be used for effectively outside of the common cold. But that's about it when it comes to echinacea. Now, elderberry, on the other hand, elderberry is kind of well known to actually work for a common cold. It does not help to prevent, but it does help to treat your colds and lessen the duration of your cold. This has been proven. We know it. Take your elderberry. I'm all good with elderberry. Elderberry comes from the European or black elder tree, and it is either from the dark purple berry that comes from the tree or the elder flowers that come from the tree. It can be used in common colds, but it can also be used as a diuretic, a laxative, and an immune system stimulant. Now, that last part that we're going to talk about, the immune system stimulant, is really important. And the reason why is because if you have an autoimmune disease, elderberry can interfere with your medications and the disease itself because it kind of sort of stimulates the disease activity. Because it has immunosuppressant properties, it can stimulate the autoimmune disease activity. I don't know a better way to say that, but the best way to say it for me would be if you have an autoimmune disease or if you are taking immunosuppressants on a daily basis, that would be something like prednisone, or if you're a recent if you're a recent transplant patient, you're going to be on immunosuppressants, things like Prograf, um, Rapamune, all of those medications for transplants. You want to stay away from elderberry because they can affect the way that your medication works. It can also interact with the disease itself. So elderberry is a no-no if you have autoimmune disease, any type of autoimmune disease. Um, we're talking about lupus as well. If you know anybody that has lupus, elderberry is a no-no. It is effective in the regular doses that are given. You can take up to 1,200 milligrams over 3 to 5 days, and that is to lessen the effect of the cold. It does not, and I got this mixed up earlier because elderberry, echinacea, they're kind of close. It does not prevent the common cold. It does not prevent cold symptoms, but it does help to treat and lessen, not necessarily treat, but lessen the cold symptoms because a cold is a virus. So it helps to decrease the replication of that virus. So just think about that. As far as interactions are concerned, the immunosuppressants are going to be your one thing that you have to worry about. Um, Immunosuppressants are pretty much the one thing that you have to, be cautious of. And again, if you're have any type of autoimmune disease, I do not suggest that you take elderberry. If you are a healthy adult, you should be able to take the elderberry, and that should help to clear up any cold symptoms. Now, the next thing is, what are they studying? Just like echinacea is out there with all the different studies, and they're trying to see what it can be possibly effective in. Here's the list of what they're trying to see what elderberry can do. So, for cardiovascular disease, they're trying to find anything they can to help with cardiovascular disease because it's so high in the United States. COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, chronic fatigue syndrome. Again, that's that chronic fatigue syndrome, trying to give people additional energy. Uh, Cognitive function, constipation, gingivitis. They've even are looking at studies of HIV and AIDS. So there's a list of things that they are trying to find natural ways to help people without people having to get on these medications. That's not to say that these things are actually working for all of it. It just means that they're trying to look into it and see if that, if it helps in any way. I would prefer that anyone take an herbal over, medication if they could, if it helps. Um, because frankly, I don't want to see y'all in my pharmacy. I mean, I know that's what we're there to do, and I know there's some you can't avoid some things like your diabetics who are insulin dependent because their pancreas doesn't produce insulin. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are people who have to come to the pharmacy to get prescriptions, but if you can be a healthier you with um, just herbals and just eating healthier and getting the nutrition that you need and exercising properly. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir because of myself too. But if we could all just do those things to be healthier, um, it would keep y'all out of my pharmacy. And I would only get to see y'all for when, you do have an infection or you do have that minor thing that has popped up. Um, it would be awesome to see our country become a healthier country, and that we would, to see obesity rates go down, to see cardiovascular rates go down, or cardiovascular disease rates rather, to see diabetes type 2 rates go down. It would be wonderful to see all of those things and to only have you come to me when you need it for just a simple, and of an infection or something of that sort. So I am a pharmacist by trade, but listen, I believe I believe that God wants his people to be healthy, and I believe that he wants you to be whole. I don't believe he wants us all walking around here taking 10,000 pills just to live on a daily basis, because that's not how he created us. He created us in perfection. So, that's gonna be just a that's my perspective as a believer. That's my perspective as a pharmacist. That's my perspective. I don't believe that everyone is meant to be on medication. Yes, I do know that there are things that we can't avoid, but God created us perfectly. Is when we pulled in these environmental things that have caused us to be ill, and when we don't eat the way that we're supposed to eat, and when we are, taking in these toxins, these chemically induced toxins by what we eat and what we breathe, and um, things of that sort, are when we're experiencing moments of gluttony and things of that sort, that's when we end up going into needing that medicinal care. Um, and I truly believe that we don't have to be as medicated as we are. So I come on here to give you this information week by week to let you know what exists out there, what herbals are out there, what vitamins are out there, and what can you do to help you be a better you. But you have to be consistent in taking care of you. So um, that's my rant for today. I hope you got something out of it. Hey, look, if you could do me a favor and follow my Facebook page at Dr. Raven Form D. If you could follow my Instagram page, which is at Dr. Raven Form D. If you can follow my YouTube channel, which is at Dr. Raven Form D. I would appreciate your support. If you could go to my website, which is www.drravenformd.com. I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to the website as well, and look at some of the things that are there. I have some shirts, I have hoodies, cups, and mugs, things like that, um, and I have books. I have a variety of things. But if you could support me there, I really would appreciate it. It actually helps me to um, come on here every week to give you this information. I don't get paid by anyone to do this. I do it out of the instruction of Holy Spirit, and I actually enjoy it. I enjoy this time to talk to you and to give you information and to be here for you in ways that other medical professionals cannot be there for you. So, if you could support me by going to my website, I'd appreciate it. Like, tag, and share with people who you think need to know this information. And that's going to be my spill for today. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I want y'all to be healthier and happier and live till 180 if if God allows it. And I will see you guys next week. Not sure what the topic will be, but um, if you guys would drop some topics in the comment, or send them to my inbox, or whatever you want to hear about, whatever you want to learn about, I'll talk about it. So I will see y'all next week, same time, same place. And I hope you have an amazing day. It's still kind of acting like summer out here in Texas. So I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this weather. I love y'all.